Yes, Joanne, Richard Jackson is already on parole for drug crimes, and he allegedly used drugs to hook his victims and then force them into prostitution and then beat them if they wanted to stop.
The women were held against their will. There was a physical abuse as well as the use of drugs in order to keep them enslaved and enforcing them into commercial sex acts.
The FBI now revealing more about the alleged sex trafficking operation going on in this house on Electric near Schaefer in southwest Detroit. And this is the man accused of being the pimp for several women and 2 underage girls. He's 67-year-old Richard Jackson, and he's accused of forcing the women and teenagers into prostitution, advertising them on Backpage.com. And when he wasn't at the house on Electric, he's accused of locking them behind a black steel gate.
Upon entry into the house, there was a large gate, steel gate that was at the top of the stairwell with a large padlock. Witness statements informed us that that was an area that they were locked up into.
Detroit police were first on the scene yesterday after getting a 911 call from one of the victims. She told them how Jackson had assaulted one of them, and she feared what he might do to the girls. So she helped the 2 teens escape out of a bathroom window and called for help. There
were 3 females that were at the house when Detroit Police Department made entry, and from those interviews that were conducted, it's suspected that there were 2 additional females that were able to escape with the assistance of some of the individuals that were there, and presumed that they're under the age of 18.
One of the victims says Jackson also forced them to, quote, walk the track as prostitutes on Michigan near Livernois, and he recently broke her arm when she wanted to stop.
The Detroit Police Department did an amazing job, their first responders, in assessing the situation and really identifying a potential situation where upwards of 5 females were being held against their will, involved in human trafficking and sex trafficking.
And Richard Jackson is now charged with sex trafficking, and what the FBI needs now is for those 2 teen victims to come forward. Those 2 teen victims who escaped yesterday come forward and talk to agents at their Detroit office. Reporting live in downtown Detroit, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.